Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Garion. Thank you for coming to my channel. This is a cooperating online tutorial with PASM Hong Kong and PASM Vancouver, and it's morning time in Vancouver, 9 a.m. It's actually 1 a.m. in Hong Kong, so if any Hong Kong people stay here till 1 a.m. for this online tutorial, I'm very gracious for that. Okay. Let's get started, and today's tutorial topic is about Luminar Neo. Luminar Neo is the latest release of their product, and what I can say for that is it has many similar features as the Luminar 4 and the Luminar AI. The difference is here, so I will pull the slide up and I will show to you guys. Basically, Luminar Neo has almost combined all the features from Luminar 4 and Luminar AI. Most importantly, I can say is Luminar AI has lack of some of the features like layers, using raw image as layers. So it's not really ideal for Luminar AI to use as a replacement for Photoshop, but it's a very good software to just use it to do certain things or as a plugin for either Photoshop or Lightroom. Luminar Neo is more a software, tends to I can say is their goal is to replace both Lightroom and Photoshop together, and then later on I will explain to you guys how I will think about that as a success or not. Okay, basically I think Skylum, the company that produces Luminar, has done a tremendous job for that. Most of the features carry from AI or 4 is all in Neo, the new version. And also they have some new idea of the editing photos, and also two major features that is quite powerful, but I think it's not up to the production level yet, so I will explain to you guys later. So basically all the masking and everything is all based on AI. It's kind of like artificial intelligence, or I can say machine learning thing, to make sure it can help us to mask the thing, to save us photographers some time. Especially for tool, the background removal is not yet released yet, but the other powerful like power line removal, sensor dust removal are quite intriguing and it's quite good. And then also there's one like relight is kind of like 50-50-ish. I can't say it's bad, but it's not really good. Sky replacement is really good relatively compared to Photoshop itself. I think Luminar did really good job. Skin enhancer is actually one of the things that I use a lot, because it saved me a lot of time to retouch the skin for the model and portrait. Body is something like ish. I don't really like the idea to slim people's face or the body a lot, but it has some I could say it has some use in some type of situation. For face, it's definitely very useful. Portrait bokeh, this is introduced in Luminar AI. Still, I don't think it's really fine-tuned yet. Number of editing tools, this is kind of like they're selling material, so you can see it's kind of a trending to see Neo is really good. But anyway, let's get started, and I will explain to you how to use basic Luminar Neo's features and how the workflow is for me. For the first things, after you load up Luminar Neo, it will be very similar to Lightroom. If you use Lightroom before, it's say add photos with image, I should say add folder with image. So I add Luminar 1.4, and then I have tons of photos in the subfolder itself. After I click OK, add everything here will automatically put into subfolder. Okay, so let's try few things as a beginning. Let's do this one. This is I think the great Canon in United States, Nevada. As you can see, it's a raw image. It's better to always use a raw image in editing. I'm not saying it's not possible to do with JPEG, but JPEG tends to lose a lot of the highlight and the shadow part. So I would suggest people to use a raw format, raw files from the camera in order for this kind of photo editing, or for most of the kind of photo editing. But in the beginning of my photography, I do need to use a JPEG because my computer is not fast enough. So it still can work to a certain extent, but it's not as good as the raw format. You can pull a lot more highlight down, or you can bring up more the shadow. So regardless for that, first thing is for develop, is for raw. So you can see it has a few of the exposure profile. You can change to some custom camera profile, camera neutral, standard, or whatever. I think basically even you use this landscape is quite good, even without me touching or changing anything. So I will reset it back to the original state as the camera shoot. So you can use this develop tool to do all the curve, colors, and just like I can say white balance, just like Photoshop and Lightroom. Okay. In this, I don't want to go too much detail on that. I want to concentrate on the luminous feature. So first things is a very useful, very quick adjustment, and actually it works pretty good. It's called enhance. It's very simple. Just change the accent, and you can see it bring up a lot of shadows, and the thing you like and the thing you don't like. I will suppress it. Sky enhancer, you can make it more blue. It's kind of like automatic. It will study the photos and you will just make it for you. And you can see this one relative to this one is quite boring and plain, and this one is more saturated, and everything is more piece to look at. And I just choose slide. That's it. It's really quick. Okay, let's do another one. I will do this Fuji Mountain one. Same thing. Use the enhance. I won't go too much into the development again. Actually, you can use the develop for raw to do all the editing, but the reason why we got Neo is because we want to make sure we can save our time, right? So I can just cram it all the way. Okay, it's not bad at all. See, and the sky enhancer a little bit more dark. Okay, this is the thing. It will try to find all the sky area and try to enhance it, so you can see the haze and everything, the cloud, the details, everything. The snow here is still okay. The bottom part of here is still okay. So basically, I can say if I just want to bring the accents, like the photo important element to us, it's done, right? Okay, let's do one more. Okay, of course I choose a lot of these photos because I know it can perform well. So this one will perform well as well. Enhance, ascend. Okay, this one, you can see some of the artifact here, right? The sky is not smoothly translate. You can see that. And the reason is it's a JPEG. You can see this is a JPEG. So this is why I will try to explain to you guys, if you want to use what we call the photo editing software. Make sure you use the raw image instead of the JPEG image. Those details are gone. We don't have enough dynamic range. We don't have enough details, and you can see in here it's totally, the sky is really bad. So I will revert to if I don't change it, it looks okay-ish. But if I change it, and you can see it's not really ideal. So I will revert to original state anymore. And then let's see, it can basically bring up any photos sent, or I can say that the thing that you want to bring up. Unfortunately, the ego is too dark. It can't bring up too much. The sky is definitely way better. So you can use the develop to bring up the black a little bit, the shadow a little bit more. But this is not a good photo of, it's not a very good photo of an ego. So you can still see, actually there are quite a lot of artifacts here start to emerging. So it's not really ideal. But you guys should get the idea that the ascent, the enhancement can bring up the photos, basically the feeling and the thing that matters to us, and you bring up the photos to be more present to what we want. Okay, so we finished about the first two. It's called enhance, and then structural is kind of like a tool specified for the pattern, or I could say it's more like for buildings. Colors is more like for us to play with the saturation. Maybe we can reduce it to black and white, but later on I will show you there's another tool. It's really good. It's called black and white. So you can just one click and convert to black and white. And the thing is same as Lightroom. You can change the which color you want to be more percent in black, or the white area. You can change individual channel. One time recently I talked to a photographer. He used to do a lot of film photography, and he need to use a specified film or filter to do this kind of slide bar changing for us nowadays. So this is really easy for us. That's why also sometimes when I suggest to people, if you taking black and white photo, try to do it also with the color, and then change it to black and white later in photo editing software. It can bring up way more, and you can have more control about how you want to, for example, the sky, more dark or more light. You can change it afterward. If you just trust your camera to do the black and white nowadays with the digital camera, it doesn't give you all this fine detail to control. So it's better to do a color and then change it back to black and white. I know it's a lot of work, but it's something you can control way better, because it's difficult to see a black and white photo with our vision is color, right? Okay, so for details, you can bring up the small details, big details, sharpen with the mask. So somewhere you might want to have those sharpened, somewhere you don't want to, you can use this mask. And the thing is good is because all this editing is kind of put it in here. So you can have certain enhancement, for example here, and say, let's say we just want to do certain part of enhancement, not everywhere. For example, the enhancement we only want to do, let's say I don't want to do with this part. Okay, so I will remove this. So if you change more, you can see one part of the photo is not changing the color at all. Of course, the masking I select is really bad. It's more like a blob. It's like not actual thing. I want to show it to you guys because sometimes some photos and also with this new way to edit, I can use another one more enhance, maybe like this, okay? And in the edit, you can see there's two enhance. And then for the second part, I want to erase and show the mask. Maybe I don't want to show to this part of the sky, only this part of the sky. I don't like it. It's really bad to show in this example, but I do need to make it really obvious so that you guys know what I mean then. So you can see I can specify editing certain part. It's kind of like Photoshop. It automatically have all the editing tool with a mask. So it's really easy to edit in this way. But if you are not going to do a lot of this kind of editing, it might not be really useful. As I say, Neo is more tends to replace Lightroom and Photoshop altogether. Okay. So now I will just refer to original. And everything, don't worry for that. It's always about what we call the I can say harmless editing. Okay, it won't really affect your true photo. It's all recording what you have added to the photo. So the drawback for that is because this is not actually record like changing your photo. The thing is, because of this way, your photo might not be I should say your photo editing speed is quite slow in this way. Okay, but I could say even the Photoshop now or Lightroom is always using in this way. We rely on our fast computer, so it's the trend. And the drawback is it's slow. Okay, so we do need a fast computer. Okay, so this is another photo in Tokyo. I want to show to you guys about the relight. Relight is a tool to help us to relight based on the distance of the camera. So the Neo will think of which is the nearest subject, and then pretend we use a flash. This is more like a flash, and then flash to it, and to give out like the brighten effect of the photo. So, and also it's not really fast. We do need to wait a little bit. You can see now it try to light up this area, and we can change the depth to be more. And you can see it's more like I use a flash to light up the car and everything. So this photo works really well. In sometimes that's why I say relight is ish. Sometimes it works really well. I need to show to you guys that it doesn't work really well sometimes. So also I will choose this photo. It's from Vancouver 3 years ago, I think. Again, relight. We use relight. We say we relight a near object, and we just wait a little bit more longer. You can see his body and everything is already light up, and the mask is not 100% correct. You can always use the eraser and this to and also I will show the mask, and then I say this part is not necessarily needed to think of the calculation. It's always behind the scene, something blah blah blah, and then you will change it back just like that. Okay, this still works pretty well, and then sometimes it cannot. Let's see. Okay, let's use this one. Sometimes it cannot work really well, so everybody beware. It can help to a certain degree, but it might not work every time. So this is still okay-ish, not too bad. Which one is really bad? I think it should be the one well, maybe let's try this one. This is a Buddha statue in Hong Kong. Again, relight. It's not too bad, but I can't really distance too much. You see, if I move the depth, it doesn't really do too much, but it's okay. As I say, the lighting thing is okay. You can't say it's really bad, but it's not really ideal yet. But to a certain extent, I think, okay, this is the thing, okay, especially for this, the bridge on the right hand side is more close to us, that part is far away, and Luminar still think the bottom part is closer to us instead of the right side of the bridge. So you can see this artifact. It's like a linear increase for the distance. So it's not working every time. So relight sometimes works, sometimes it does not. Depends on the style, on also photos of yours. Okay, let's do something else. Okay. Of course, in Luminar and all their family, they have something called sky replacement. So you can replace the sky. Honestly, I think the sky replacement this time is still similar to what we used to have. Not too bad, usable. You can see, but of course there's still some artifact. I find it's getting a little bit better than before. Out of all, you see this part is not really ideal. You can change the horizontal position a little bit more, but it doesn't work here. It's like there's no sky there. Also, the refraction is working a little bit better. However, the thing is, like, to me, it's really automatic. This is better than Photoshop, definitely, but not perfect. So if you want to replace the sky, we to watch out this kind of area and make sure it can work really, really well. And unfortunately, it does not work perfectly. And also, we can change the color, and you better choose the sky match the actual situation really well. Otherwise, you see a lot of strange, very strange illumination or masking. So this is something we have to be careful about. Okay. And of course, they're more like what we call the augmented reality. And augmented reality, now they have changed it to what we call the layer. So, back to the Buddha photos, edit. We can add different image to it as augmented reality. You can use the mask and everything. I think in a sense it's do get a better concept, I could say. You can see it's adding this. Opacity, you have more control, normal, or screen. Screen is, I believe, it's always better to do this kind of like a fading effect. For using this, PNG is highly recommended. For some reason, I try to load the Canon RAW image. It's not yet here yet. I'm not sure why, but PNG definitely can work. So for one of the photo, I just make a few PNG here. Oh no. Oh yeah, they only work with a JPEG. So PNG is the only thing that you can do. You can get more access from their website. Personally, I don't think it's really useful at this moment. I will prefer to just use it to do the layer for the correction instead of to do too much Photoshop's digital artwork, like to add the add the element to the photo. So this is something I don't think Neo is really good at it. And then I want to show you guys the new feature they propose a lot. It's called the wire removal. This is a photo from Vancouver, should be Whistler. We are going to the seventh heaven, something like that. And the erase, the power line removal is under erase. This is not power line, it's similar, it's cable cut cable, but it works the same way. So you can see it. It takes a lot of time to calculate. It's not like that, but it did pretty well. It's kind of like the Photoshop hue spot or smart removal is quite good. So you can see a lot of this area is removed. However, there's still some left over here. We can, from here, to use what we call the spot removal. We can just remove it like that. If the background is kind of like this, okay, so if it's not working, give it one more try. Usually it will be better. And I think erase few more times will be better for some reason. I don't know why. Same as Photoshop. It does give out some kind of weird artifact. So the way to fix this kind of artifact is to just select it again and then ask it to remove it one more time. So in general, the idea for this kind of erasing is okay. It's not bad. It's quite powerful, but we have to be careful how we use it. In case of that photo, it's worked really well, but this is a photo from Shanghai. The theme is about cable and the old building, because in Shanghai they still have this kind of old electric bus even today. So if I ask it to erase the power line, you can, especially this area and also the leaf area, you will see a lot of very strange artifact. So give it just few more seconds. Okay, it's done. And you can see it doesn't do. Oh, good job. The brick here is not correct. The cable is still there. A very strange cable hanger. This artifact everywhere. So this is a very challenging photos. Even for human to change this is difficult. Just that I could say it worked. For this erase, it worked to a certain extent, but not perfectly, okay? And we should know that the automatically erase is not that magic yet, okay? But to a certain extent for these photos, it works okay. Oh, because I reset it, so that's why it's still, all the cable is still here. Okay. This one will also have the similar problem. This is in Japan. I can show you again with this. It's a it's a temple to help women to help women to get good luck, to remove the bad luck. Okay, so you can see the artifact is everywhere and the cable is not removing at all. So I can only say the this tool for the editing for this power line erase is okay, but not perfect. And the the eraser is very similar to Photoshop's spot healing, and it's quite useful, especially for portrait. So I will show to you. Basically, the first few features, well, the relighted, the cable removing, the highlight of this release, I do believe they do need to work more on this tool. But I always want to show to you guys about the what we call the AI portrait editing is really good. It's a portrait of myself. Don't mind the reflector on the bottom. It's showing to you guys about how to do it. My skin is really bad. I'm not a model. I did not have any makeup at all, so this photo is really good to show to you guys. So for the first things, on the portrait side, all this AI tool except the bokeh one is like to blur the background. Other of that is the face and skin is work really perfectly, especially face and skin. So first things, I want to make sure I'm not too old to remove a lot of the skin imperfection. So I just crank it up, not all the way up. So now it's a little bit more plasticky, but it's not too bad. Shiny remove in case you find that, or there's a small pimple there and there, so you can use the skin removal. Is a little bit better. Okay, okay. So and then now we use the erase tool together. For example, I want to erase this spot. Erase. This erase is more like the spot heal, as I say. So it shouldn't be too long. Yeah. And then there are some scratches on my glasses. It's just a small scratch. I can fix it like that. And here. Okay, this is way faster. Okay, basically skin retouch and everything is good enough. It's not bad. Of course, there's some greenish on my glasses. I didn't take it really well. I didn't check my reflection on my glasses because of the refractor. Okay, so but basically you can see it's not bad, and it saves a lot of time to do the skin retouch and everything. And then I want to show to you guys about the magic of the what we call the face AI. First thing is called the face light. Although this one is quite it's okay. My face is quite bright, but you can see it automatically select the face of the photo, right? So this is the way. Or in case some people really want, you can help them to slim a lot. But because of my body is still really big, so just slim a little bit will be okay. And then you can change the eye to other color, to blue. I really want to change to a Sharingan on the Naruto, but unfortunately it's not there. So I can only change to mint or cat. Okay, it's a little bit scary, but it's fun. And then beside that, iris flare, those parts to be more bright. Okay, iris visible. For this you can make it less or make it better. greater, more visible for that. It's up to you. This one, for me especially, might be very useful. Enlarge your eye. My eye are not big enough. But if you crank all the way, it's a little bit scary. Okay, so maybe just a tiny bit, not too much. Okay, and then so this might be something somebody wanted, but I personally don't really like it. Eye whitening. Try not to crank it up too much. It looks like out of the world. So just a little bit, because sometimes some seniors' eye white area is kind of yellowish. So if you give a little bit of that, it can help them to look a little bit younger. Eyes enhancer will just sharpening the eye, those eyes area. This area. Okay. I'll try not to do the other thing so you can see what. Okay, just like that. A little bit more pop. Wet eye removal, for some reason I seldom went into wet eye anymore. Dark circle removal is very useful, especially for fixing this part of area. But if you have this kind of green tint, it doesn't help too much. Okay, and another one is called improve eyebrows to darken the color of the eyebrows. I just cramp all the way. See, it makes me look too young compared to my gray hair. So not too much. Okay, maybe just a little bit. Yeah, this looks more natural. Okay, younger version of me. Okay, it doesn't have the aging as Photoshop, and I don't think Photoshop aging is working really well. It doesn't force you to smile like Photoshop, because I try. I don't think, how to say, it's kind of strange in a sense. It adds in a lot of strange detail. Just a little bit touch, maybe okay. But if you really want to change a complete expression, maybe for this one, soft smile to big smile or a very angry look, it doesn't really work very well. But it's a good thing for Adobe try to do it, but I don't think it works that way. Okay, for the other one, wet lip wetness is a little bit used, but this is too scary. Just maybe a touch. Lip darkening, saturated, a little bit more color, but usually just a touch is enough. Teeth whitening is especially useful when you have a photo with a person and with yellow teeth. Of course, in Photoshop, you can change every teeth color to more white, but in here, the AI can change all of them at once. I will use another example of a girl smile with teeth. She has a very great smile. And then not this one, face. Okay, we will concentrate on her teeth whitening. It's not bad, but if you crank it up all the way and give it a second. Not yet. I find it's a little bit slow. No, okay. This is the original. This is the updated one. So it gives a subtle whitening teeth effect, not like bright whitening effect. So it's, to me, I think it's quite good. And also, even with this, her makeup and everything, it's not like a normal makeup. The software can still recognize her face and face light. I will just crank it more so you can see the different more obvious, like this. It still can recognize the face. And then slim face, you can still slim her face a little bit. Try not to do too much, okay? Always just a little bit, a touch, it will be okay. Okay, and then this time I want to show to you about the body. To change it to the right hand side, it will slim her body a little bit. She has a very bulky jacket, so it doesn't work very obviously. Give it a second. Yep. So this is original. Oh, my computer is not fast enough. Okay, original, slimmer. And the abdomen area, I try it, doesn't work really well. I can say it still need you still need to work with the model to make sure how to present the best what they want to present. Doing Photoshop or this kind of editing in the afterwork is always not very ideal. Okay, and also for shape, you can see there's a little bit of distortion in here, not too obvious. So it's quite good. Even I crank it all the way, it's still not too bad. And it can extend more, it's still okay. So in a sense, this AI tool is working quite okay. Okay, and then long before, when we don't have the layer, and or what we cannot do is editing each individual, the AI tool cannot crop in like individually. Okay. Okay. I asked it to automatically crop for me, but I'm not sure. Okay. Just take this one for now. No, I prefer this. I don't want to show the other guy hand. Okay, and then let's do the face. So this has the relight. I will delete it as before. The relight is working well. Face. As I say, we can increase the face light for everybody. Before, because we can't have individual masking for each person. Okay, so let's concentrate on the lady on the left for her face. I would say I want to extend a little bit more extreme. Okay, like this. Okay, it's just for sample, so we know what is going on. Okay, and then we use a mask to erase those I don't want to have. I don't want to use the same setting for this too. So I say no for this guy. Okay, and no for this lady. So, oh, almost. So this is the first mask. And then you can see here, there is the first, this I only like face lighting one person, right? Okay, so then we go back to tool again. We do the face lighting one more time. This time, again, more. And you will find that you will try to do for everybody. Again, okay, for her and for him and like that. So do this, erase, show the mask. This time, definitely not her because her face has been lighted already one time, right? So no. And then not for her because we want to make sure we have every individual every time. Okay, so then we just don't show the mask. Did I do anything wrong? Show mask. I used the other one. I shouldn't choose this one because now I remove him. Okay. I should say no for her, no for her. Sorry, my mistake. I should just paint him instead. Okay. No wonder it looks so strange. Oh my god. No. One more time. Mask. Delete tool. Delete her face. Okay. No. And delete her face. Okay. Now it works well. So this time I only change his face. Okay. So now in edit, I have two face editing. Okay. And I can change her face to look less. And maybe slim his face. And slim his face only. I just crank it all the way up, okay? And then maybe darken his face, or just one by one, okay? So this is the way to do it. And then you can do the same thing for the last person, again, one more time. Face light everywhere. Use the eraser. Show the mask. Maybe just paint with the area I like first. Okay, this is the third mask with face light, slim face. So this time we only slim her face. As I say, it takes quite a long time to calculate. Okay. And overall, you can change every individual in this way. So it's not, I would say, back in Luminar AI and Luminar 4, Luminar AI, I cannot do it at all. It's everybody doing the same thing. Okay, either you fix her skin or whatever, just the same. But with Neo, you can actually fine-tune for every single one. So this is way better than before. For Luminar 4, I can do it kind of like by a trick to use a way to, how to say, to use layer to do it. But honestly, it doesn't work really well because the layer takes a lot of time and then I have to remask, and it doesn't really work really well. So this is way better in Neo. So basically, I cover a lot of the skill set and everything. I want to show to you guys about one more, about the background blur function. This photo is quite complicated. If it's not so much, it will work quite well, but because this one is quite complicated, originally it's already, I use the background is blurry enough, but as you can see, if I crank it all the way up, you can see what it can do and what it cannot do. You can see the mic stand here and the cable, and here is not masked correctly, and then the guitar here is not masked correctly. Of course, you can say you can still always edit it. For this small part, it's not too bad to edit. It's not too bad to edit in this way, but the thing is, I find when you try to fix this part, it's really difficult. This kind of part is really difficult to edit. And my personal opinion is try to find some photos that has less complication, like this one. He's standing a little bit like not so many wire, and then I will just crank it all the way, so you can see it's way better in this way. And you just have some fingers, you have to fix that. It's not such a big deal. You see the finger here? So it's not too bad. So beware of any portrait you try to do, and unless it has a very clean cut or a clean edge, otherwise it cannot function really well. So in conclusion, I want to say that Luminar Neo, it has a lot of good features here. It's not perfectly polished yet. I do believe the editing with this kind of new way, it gives you way more flexible to edit, especially for each individual in the portrait situation. It's really good in that way. It's way faster, but it's slow. And usually I think just very simple skin editing is good, but if you really do a lot like group photo editing, tons of things individually for every individual will be difficult. And if anybody want to try this kind of artificial intelligent editing, you are always you can download Luminar 4. I can show to you. Luminar 4 is like this. It's a free version now. You can grab it. It has a lot of similar feature as the other one. I use this one as well myself. And there are some of the preset female portrait. You can there's kind of like a color AI face enhancing the skin, everything, even make me more skinny, dark circle removal, skin enhancing here, on off. This is off, this is on, there's a little bit there. You can crank it all the way, but now it's quite plastic. Looks like plastic, okay? Shiny removal, defected. Same, it has all the mask editing, everything. This is a free version, Luminar 4. It does have the what we call the layer. As I say, it doesn't really work really well. It is really slow, and I think it's a good starting point for us if you want to know more about how to do the photo editing, and it's a free tool. I recommend a lot of people to use Luminar 4 as a starting point because it's free, of course, and also it's very easy to use. And from then, if you find that you really want to do a lot of editing, even this one has the what we call the lightweight, the sun ray you see here is not real. Okay, it's fake. This is the real photo, and I add the sun here to add the way. So try with Luminar 4, and if you can, and if you're willing to learn more, and but don't want to pay too much money, so Luminar Neo is still way better than I think a lot of program out there. And honestly, unless you really want to do some really into Photoshop and Lightroom, otherwise Luminar is not a bad choice. Do you want to buy AI? It's all Canadian dollar, so AI is on discount. I personally think it's outdated product. I don't think so. Okay, Skylum is doing kind of strange thing. Oh, I'm glad that they have this up here as well. Anyway, for the first one, Luminar 4, how to get the free version, you might have to search online how to get it for free. And then Luminar Neo, now it costs not so much. For the normal price, one-time purchase. This is the thing, I believe software should be one-time purchase, okay? I know it's really bad for the software company, but still, I buy it, I should be able to use it forever. Not like I rent it. It's not like a renting apartment. It's not something. It shouldn't be like that, okay? So if you buy one time, it's about 90 something USD or 80 something USD one time. So it's not too bad. And then of course you can get the subscription per year. It's 84 Canadian. You will keep updating a lot of features for Neo as long as you pay the subscription. But one-time purchase, I think it should be good enough for everybody. Unless you want they're like 2 years down the road feature. But I think it's fair if you think Neo is good enough. So that's why I buy it. If not, I will not rent it for now. Okay. So basically that's about it. And I hope you guys enjoy my tutorial, and thank you for everybody, and stay with me all the for such a long time for this tutorial. I hope I let you know a lot more. And even Luminar is saying save Ukraine, defend democracy. I want to say at the end, also please support Ukraine. This is a very tough day for them. Okay. Try to do whatever you can to help out. Hopefully peace will come to Ukraine very soon. Okay, so thank you for watching my video, and good morning everybody, and good night for Hong Kong. Bye bye. Talk to you guys next time.